This is a book review for a book that does involve domestic violence. So, trigger warning there if that's not something you're comfortable reading about or hearing about. It is by LaSalle R. I read another book by this author recently. The book was titled Caught Up Between the Twins of Austin. It's a standalone. I'll drop like a part of the book review in here for y'all to see. Um, Listen, this was insane. This was crazy. The book had me so caught up in my feelings at one point because it is so relatable. When you ask, well, I don't understand why that person didn't just leave. If she was so abused, why didn't she just leave? I know that was a trending question that people were asking in the Cassie and Diddy situation. People are always like, well, she stayed for 10 years. It couldn't have been that bad. She just wanted to be famous. I can't remember who, what, I'm not even going to give them a shout out of what person was saying that, like, oh, she just wanted to be famous, that's why she stayed. When we saw that video of Cassie being drugged down that damn hallway when she tried to get on the elevator and leave, that's why people in domestic violence relationships can't just leave. It's not that simple. You don't think they've ever tried to sneak out and leave and got caught and something happened? This book is available with Kindle Unlimited. It is 118 pages. It says, blinded by the thrill of new love, Tyiese is ready to give her whole heart to her newfound partner. Despite the rosy glow, she remains oblivious to the reality unfolding before her. While time is often touted as the great healer, it does not always prove to be the cure for every heartache. Rickee indulges in a lifestyle that caters to typical male desires, taking both his cake and eating it too. This leaves little room for Tyiese, shaking the foundations of his supposed love for her as he grapples with the truth. The question remains, is my love truly enough? This is a book of urban fiction. Tyiese met this man. He wooed her, love bombed her, was super sweet, super everything that she needed him to be until they said I do. Until they said, like, you know what, this is what I'm going to do till death do us part. This man beats her every chance he get. If she smiles too hard, he's on top of her. If he doesn't like the way that she dressed today because now she's trying to garner too much attention from other people, he's on her ass. Like, some days he'll come home and he's super affectionate. Some days he'll come home and he has a bunch of gifts that he's bought as a way of apologizing and saying, you know what, maybe I'm sorry for putting my foot up your ass because you spilled a piece of, I don't even know what, maybe you spilled a cup of juice on the countertop. And it's not like I'm going to clean it anyway because I'm a POS husband. But yeah, the fact that you did that, it just shows me you're careless and you're reckless. And you don't really care about what I have going on. So yes, I put my foot up your ass the best I could until I reached the knee bone. And you know what? I actually am apologetic of that now. So what I did was I bought you a nice necklace. I bought you a nice set of earrings. I hope you like it because if you don't like it, I'm going to kick your ass again. But he acts super normal around other people. She tries to leave this man. She tries to move on with her life. When she tries to move on, he does not take no for an answer. The fact that the authorities are getting involved, this man doesn't care. When you guys be like, oh, well, why don't they get an order of protection? Do you honestly think somebody that was whooping my ass on a daily basis gives a damn about an order of protection? Do you think a piece of paper is really going to stop this man from showing up and sitting outside on top of my car at 3 o'clock in the morning? Do you honestly think a piece of paper is going to stop him? Be for real. Like, people who are apologetic for abusers, I really be wondering, like, is there any type of like experiment that we could put you guys on, like a show like Fear Factor or some shit, where you got your ass beat every day for 30 days and you were trying to escape this person, and every single time that you tried to escape, it was being live streamed, and we're like, see, should have tied your shoes right. Is there like, drop a comment if you guys would be down for watching a show like that, because I would. The people that have all the excuses, well, you didn't try hard enough, you could have went to the police. What happens if your husband works for the police force? Do you think the police are really going to come protect you against their colleague? How many times have we seen the statistics of how often women are unalived at the hands of their husbands that work in the police department? Do men experience domestic violence? Yes, they do. I'm not downplaying that. We're focusing on women in this moment, specifically Black women. The rates that we are unalived by our partner is insane. I literally was listening to a video last week and it was asking, regardless of the generation, regardless of the gender, the sex, the success of a woman, who is the most dangerous man she will ever meet? And as the man sat and pondered it, he's like, would it be a lawyer? Would it be a man that was working in this? Would it be a man that's 6 foot this and 6 foot that? He goes down the entire list of who he thought would be the most dangerous man for a woman to ever interact with. It's her fucking husband. It's her husband. Like, it's our husbands, it's our spouses that we choose. And you can't say, well, maybe you guys should choose better. I'm sorry. If I had known when I was picking out my wedding dress that I'd be getting my ass whooped for not mopping the floor properly or vacuuming, if I had have had a sign of that beforehand, probably wouldn't have did it. This book really did such a good job of highlighting the horrors that occur in domestic violence relationships, but it also did not make her out to be a weak woman. I give that author so much credit for that, because sometimes you'll see like the woman will be like, oh, I just forgive him. I love him. I'll try better. I'll try better. Homegirl knew there was nothing she could do to make Rickee stop wilding out. When she even moves on to another relationship, she's even transparent with her new partner and telling him, this is what I went through. Don't think you're going to try this mess with me, because you're not. And I think it's not talked about enough, where when you get out of a domestic violence relationship, that next person you're with, the day they raise their voice a little too loud, you're like, hold up. This is how it started last time. I am out. I'm not doing this. Now, does that mean that everybody is going to be that same way? Hell no. But psychologically, you're not going to tell me that your brain does not chemically function different after you've been abused and gone through certain things. If you hear police sirens, there will be a time where you're like, is someone coming to get me? And the whole time you're in the house baking cookies with your kids, and the dog is sitting on the couch having a good time watching whatever show. But when you hear police sirens, it might send you back to, damn. I remember when I used to have to call the police on Ben all the time, because he used to wild out so bad when he would come home after drinking. This book was no joke. Let me know what other titles by this author I should be checking out in the comments. This was a 5-star read. I absolutely adored it.